Welcome, USFL fans. This is the USFL Network. This is a late edition of Tell Me About It, so we want to make sure we get it in. This is the USFL team previews. All right, so we're going to jump right in because we have a lot of information and a lot of teams to cover. We have all 8 teams to cover. I'm going to kick it off really quick with the Generals. Last season, they were 9-1, okay? 9-1. You know, we thought they would go all the way, to the USFL championship. That did not happen, but this season, don't go ahead and shut them out because, DeAndre Johnson is back at the helm. He is the quarterback. And I said it all last season when he actually went into the game, the entire offense for the Generals just looked different. They felt different. He added a new dynamic to the team. And this team is just going to go ahead and repeat once again. You have the ground game of Darius Victor, thick dives, saves lives. There is a lot to look for if you're a Generals fan. Last season, 9-1. This season, all these teams have a full camp under their belts. It's going to be a lot of great football to watch. And Generals are going to go ahead and repeat just like they did last season. And we can see them, going a little bit further. I personally can go ahead and see them going a little bit further this season, maybe all the way to the championship. But of course, time will tell. Like I said, we have full training camps under each team belts. So it's going to be some really good football for these teams. Last season, we're going to go ahead and touch base on the Philadelphia Stars. Yes, their record was 6-4, but look what happened. They went ahead and they cooked. Case Cook is the man himself, the chef, brought them all the way to the USFL championship. With the unfortunate downfall of the injury that was sustained by Case. Who knows what would have happened going into those final minutes of that fourth quarter of that USFL championship against the Stallions. But hey, give it up to the Stallions. They went ahead and got the job done. But again, 6-4 record last season. I don't see that being a repeat. With their record entailing of 6-4. I maybe see like 7-8 wins, but I think they're going to go ahead and be right up at the top once again. So that's the Generals. That's the Stars. The USFL Network, each team contributor went ahead and, we're going to go ahead and hear from the actual USFL Network. And we're going to go ahead and kick it off with Ace. He is bringing you the Houston Gamblers team preview. So check it out.
This year, the Houston Gamblers are all in with a completely new coaching staff other than offensive line coach Andy Townsend and general manager Bob Morris. Under new head coach Curtis Johnson, they're set to be definitely better than at least a 500 average this year. Defensive coordinator Chris Wilson has this defense looking great with a bunch of young guys coming in to replace all the guys who left. There's not many old faces, but some of the new ones you really need to pay attention to. Rover position, kind of linebacker safety, Donald Rutledge coming in from the CFL. Also from the CFL, defensive end Tim Bonner. You might have seen him on Last Chance U. Make sure to watch those guys. Now on the offensive side, we have Eric Price being the coordinator. So we got all the same old faces from last year, including Kenji Bahar and Mark Thompson, but you make sure you watch that wide receiver Kiki Chisholm and check out the running back TJ Pledger. These guys are going to make some moves. This is going to be a good season. Can't wait to see y'all at those games.
You heard it from Ace. The Gamblers are all in. He is dedicated. He covers the Gamblers like no one else out there for the USFL. They are all in. Look for, those standouts that Ace was talking about. We're going to keep this thing rolling, okay? We're going to go to Mav with the Michigan Panthers. What does he got to say?
The Michigan Panthers are back and ready to leave the past in the past. We are returning only one coach, our offensive coordinator, Eric Marty. Brand new head coach Mike Nolan is fully loaded with a fresh coaching staff ready to take on this 2023 season. The Panthers have a very exciting quarterback battle between Carson Strong, Josh Love, and Eric Berrier that will undoubtedly leave the best third-string quarterback in the league. The offense is still fully loaded with the best running back in the USFL, Reggie Corbin, and a very similar receiving core to the 2022 season of Joe Walker, Devin Ross, and Ishmael Hyman. But there are a couple of new weapons in A.J. Richardson and Wap Fillier. The defense has many returning studs such as Frank Ginda and Mr. Possibilities Warren Saba, with lots of new faces to watch out for as well. So get ready for the first of many winning seasons to come.
Absolutely, Mav. When it comes to the Michigan Panthers, I mean, if not the best running back in the USFL returning, he did go ahead and let the USFL network know that he was returning for a season two exclusively. So we appreciate Reggie Corbin for doing that. But yeah, let the past be the past and see what happens with the Panthers moving forward. Moving forward, I want to go ahead and keep going. The next team up, it's going to be the Memphis Showboats. The captain has your insight, your preview for this year's Memphis Showboats.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Brandon, aka the Captain, your guy for all the Showboats info and news that you could want here on the USFL network. Listen, we're getting ready for season 2. It's right around the corner. The Showboats. We got a brand new team, y'all. A brand new city, brand new stadium, okay? So everybody from season 1 that was part of the Bandits is coming to Memphis with a brand new energy, new clean slate. We're 0-0. Okay, nowhere to go but up, boys. All right, we got the hometown hero Brady White. We got Todd Haley trying to right the ship from last year. Pun intended. It's going to be a great season, guys. Nobody's talking about the boats. They didn't make no moves this offseason. That's fine. Nothing flashy. We'll show you exactly what we did week 1 because we set the tone this weekend. First game of the USFL season 2. No better way to start it. Go Boats.
That was the captain. The swag. I love it, man. Yeah, it's all about Brady White right now. He's been named the starting quarterback for the Memphis Showboats. Like the captain said, there wasn't many moves that were made for the Showboats, but, they're in Memphis. They have their stadium. It's a new look. It's no longer, they're no longer the Tampa Bay Bandits. It is the Memphis Showboats. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see if Brady White can go ahead and, take this team and, the captain said, all we can do is go up for the Showboats. So absolutely. Again, want to go ahead and keep this rolling. We're going to go ahead and preview the returning champion Birmingham Stallions from Buck himself.
Hey everyone, Buck here, covering kind of a preview for the Birmingham Stallions and their 2023 season, which is, of course, going to be kind of a championship defending season. Of course, the Stallions won the first championship of this new USFL in the 2022 season, so it looks like the Stallions are going to try and make sure that they can keep that around in Birmingham. They're having a lot of returning team members who come back to the team, of course. They're also having a lot of fans return to protect the stadium. Of course, while the entire league last year was in Birmingham, now there's only 2 teams in Birmingham. So a lot of Stallions fans are excited to see their team have actual home games and away games now. But now we also get to see kind of what's going to be like with a 5-game season at home and not just 10. Of course, there's been signings such as Thaddeus Moss, but we're super excited to see game day kick off against the New Jersey Generals.
That was Buck, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the defending champion Birmingham Stallions. Skip was on the show with Ace, and all the talk about every Birmingham last season having 10 home games, regardless of who they played, home or away, in protective. But Skip said, Coach did say what happened in Canton. They weren't home there, but the team travels well. Regardless, they made the trip. We were at the championship game last season, and Birmingham Stallions fans showed up. They showed out. They were absolutely incredible. They are the defending champs. I personally see them doing the exact same thing. I try to be kind of unbiased, just because of the fact that I don't actually have a team. But I don't see anything less than the Stallions either running the table or being right up there in the playoffs once again. So that's where I see the Stallions not far off from last season, if not right there once again. We're going to go ahead and keep this rolling. We got Low from a car.
Packers team will look a little bit different this year than it did last year, with a new offensive scheme led by offensive coordinator Doug Martin, new head coach John DeFilippo, and then also new quarterback McLeod Bethel Thompson. However, the offense will have some guys come back like Johnny Dixon, Jay Adams, Anthony Jones, some of the offensive linemen. They will have a new tight end, Sage Surratt. Defensively, same scheme, same defensive coordinator, some new players, but Vontae Diggs, Jared Fernandez, Reggie Howard, Jeray Elder, those guys are back, as well as some other guys. So look for that defense to still be that same ferocious breaker defense. And also, special teams is pretty much the same other than new kicker, Matt Coughlin, who has done pretty well in camp. So look for this breaker team to throw the ball a lot and play ferocious defense.
I forgot to mention that was Lowe for the New Orleans Breakers. Check him out on Breakers Weekly as well. He was actually stopped at a red light, so I don't know if you heard the beeping in the background. All the cars trying to get him to go. I'm only kidding. Anyway, all right. Want to go ahead and move forward. This last team, it is the Pittsburgh Maulers, but with all of the hype, no pun intended, with all of the hype and the moves that were made in the offseason, the one-win season for the Pittsburgh Maulers will not be the same outcome in season 2. I do not see that happening at all. I see them right up there, middle of the pack, if not even more. This team is ready to go. The guys from the USFL Network, Ace, next you'll see Webb and Lowe. They all went down to Canton for that training camp, and they came back knowing and seeing how much work was put in to this Pittsburgh Maulers team in the offseason throughout training camp. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to the greatest Maulers contributor, content creator in the universe when it comes to the Maulers. It's going to be my guy Webb.
Mauler Season Preview is brought to you by our sponsor, Revenge. The term that is most associated with the 2023 Maulers is definitely revenge, as we head into the new season. New coach Ray Horton talks about we when comparing the differences between last year and this year. When talking black and gold, you always have to start with the defense. New addition linebacker Reuben Foster is the biggest offseason addition that made the round of cuts and looks to rekindle his Alabama days. A Jared Horton defense always has big guys up front, and you got to talk about a little bit about Boogie, Olive, Beckner, and the new guys like Savion Williams and Vaughn Taylor. And of course, the quarterback of the defense is definitely the safeties. And the safety room is full packed with talent, as Tarp Tornton, Eli Walker, Xavier Lewis, and Tyson Graham provide great depth for that safety position. On offense, the quarterback battle has been intense, with James Morgan and Troy Williams coming out as the front runners. The wideout room is stacked with Bailey Gaither, Isaiah Henney, and Trey Walker coming back. And they're joined by new faces Hunter Rison and Samson Nakua. Big play Matty Ice Siebert looks to build upon his 2022 season that was cut short with injury. The Maulers have a tough climb right out of the jump as they play the 4 playoff teams right in a row to start the season. So we'll know where our Maulers stand. After 4 weeks, you'll play the Breakers, the Generals, the Stallions, and the Stars all together. So we will know if it's hammer up, hammer down, hammer time. This is Webb. I'm out.
As you can see, the passion from Webb is just incredible. I had to save it for last because he is so passionate. He is in the know when it comes to the Maulers and the Maulers in complete roster. I mean, all of the guys within the USFL network that cover a team, I think all around are just incredible when it comes to in-depth coverage, content, anything related to, that particular team. We're right up there, if not the best, when it comes to content and coverage of the USFL. But I want to go ahead and wrap this up. Season 2 is going to be absolutely incredible. Guys, we're in season 2. It's been 40 years since. Spring football is returning. And it's just incredible to see the amount of exposure that the USFL has gotten, from the Twitter posts. You have NASDAQ, New York, you have all of these different outlets, realizing how big the USFL is and how big the USFL is going to be years to come. It's going to be a great season 2, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Tell Me About It, late edition USFL team previews. But thank you so much. Enjoy season 2. We'll see you at the game.